The symbol of the country of Vietnam is the lotus flower. A long, thin country, Vietnam occupies the eastern portion of the Indochina Peninsula. The region is characterized by a tropical monsoon climate, which has both a rainy season and a dry season. Year-round temperatures in Vietnam are above 18 degrees Celsius, and monsoons blowing in from the Indian Ocean bring large amounts of rainfall to the country. In central Vietnam, verdant and water-drenched rice fields are packed in long and narrow flatlands that are sandwiched in between 1,500-meter-tall mountains and the sea. Rice cultivation is carried out in these paddies year-round, thanks to abundant water flow from the mountains. Unusually shaped mountains appear just on the other side of this river, which provides plentiful water for the rice paddies of the area. The white rock seen embedded with other rocks in the mountains is limestone. Because limestone is so highly erosive, the abundant rain of the region has over time drastically changed the shapes of the mountains. This type of landscape is called a limestone karst terrain and is rich in caves and grottos. The limestone mountains are covered in virgin forest. Underneath these mountains are countless stalactite caves. Phong Nha Bàng National Park is 2,000 square kilometers in size. The Phong Nha Cave is the most famous cave in the park's cave system. A river flows out the mouth of the cave. Once inside the cave, we come immediately to a dead end. Deep inside the chamber, only 50 centimeters above the waterline, we see a corridor leading to the stalactite cave. However, because of the high water levels, the entrance is filled up with water. Water levels in the cave change minute to minute, something that is characteristic of limestone landscapes. Steep mountains straddle the border between Vietnam and Laos. There is a unique monkey that dwells in these forest-covered mountains. Francois leaf monkeys, which are approximately 1 meter in height and weigh 10 kilograms, are leaf-eating monkeys living in the karst mountains and caves of Asia. These virgin forests nurture a wide variety of vegetation, ranging from very primitive to tropical plants. Fern, a primitive form of vegetation, has remained unchanged for some 300 million years. Rather than a bush, this tree fern has a thick trunk. The dense jungle is daunting for most humans, as is the tropical climate, which quickly turns fallen leaves into rich fertilizer for the soil. This is what has maintained these virgin forests over such a long stretch of time. Abundant rainfall is absorbed into the rich soil of the forest. Having been quickly absorbed into the soil, rainwater bubbles up at the base of the mountain. Intricate underground channels have been formed in the karst terrain. This intricate underground network causes spring water to bubble up in unexpected places. Water flows down from the mountains in Laos, creating the full rivers of the area. Beneath the virgin forests, there is an intricate network of subterranean rivers. Part of this underground network is the river which flows through the Phong Nha cave. Over the past several days, the water level has greatly decreased. The inner chamber is now accessible. A new world is suddenly opened up to us as we enter a huge chamber. The only sound in the cave is that of the flowing of water. More than 20 caves are linked together by an underground river system, which extends 40 kilometers in length. Water, absorbed by the limestone, trickles out the entire cave interior. Water trickles along the cave walls as if crawling. Over time, the coats of mineral-laden trickling water build up and form into curtain-like stalactites. Stalactites hang down from the chamber ceiling. The icicle formations continue extending lower and lower until they eventually reach the ground, turning into stalactite pillars. The stalactites inside this cave are for the most part brownish in color, compared to the more common creamy white and smooth textured ones. These formations are also unusual in that their surface is rough, like coral. Stalactite has innumerable holes in their top layer which are too small to see, and water trickles constantly through these holes out of the stone. Large quantities of water, seeping down from the soil of the virgin forest above the cave, are quickly absorbed into the limestone. When this happens, impurities such as clay and iron are mixed in with the limestone-laden water. These conditions are what produced a rough, highly porous and brownish stalactites. In addition, depending on the amount of impurities mixed in with the limestone-laden water, the shade of brown varies from stalactite to stalactite. When the cave was first discovered, something else just as remarkable as the cave was also found. That was the striped patterns of the rocky wall. Embedded with the other layers of rock is a stratum that dates back to the Paleozoic era, some 400 million years ago. Presently, the cave is confirmed to extend back more than 80 kilometers, but this is only part of its actual length. Virgin forests, nurtured by the tropical climate, along with an abundance of water, cover the Great Karst Plateau that spreads from Vietnam all the way into China. Located on this plateau, and created by the endless circulation of water, are the caves of Phong Nha Bàng National Park.